Jacob asked, "How did you come here?" Mei-Ching said, "Paul came by car, but the car stopped at the door of your villa." Jacob said, "Oh, can Paul still drive after drinking?" Mei-Ching smiled and said, "He can't drive, I can drive, and I haven't drunk." "Oh yes," Jacob said with a smile, "I just forgot about this." "That's fine. I'll send you to the car." After that, he opened the door without waiting for Mei-Ching to express her attitude, walked out first, and then made another sign of please. Seeing this, Mei-Ching said, "Thank you, Jacob." Charlie and Claire sent them outside the gate, and after saying goodbye to them politely, Jacob took them out. Seeing them walking away, Claire closed the door and said to Charlie, "The feeling between this aunt and my dad is too obvious. You say my dad will not cheat." Charlie said seriously, "I think Aunt is definitely not that kind of person. She is a very principled person. Even if she likes Dad in her heart, she will definitely wait for Dad and our mother to divorce. What development does Dad have?" Claire angrily rebuked, "What are you talking about? How could Dad divorce Mom?" Charlie knew that Claire would definitely not be able to accept such a thing, so he didn't talk to her in depth. After checking the time, he said, "My wife, you can take a good rest at home. Don't go out to find Mother." "I will go. I beg a friend to see if they have any other channels, so I can ask for help." Claire nodded and said, "Do you want me to go with you?" Wade hurriedly said, "No need, I just take a taxi to go by myself. You haven't been worrying about it for the past 2 days, so go back to your room and take a rest." Claire sighed and said, "That's okay, then I won't go with you. If you have any questions, remember to communicate with me in time. If you have a clue, you must tell me immediately." Charlie agreed, opening the door and saying, "Okay, then I will go straight away." Saying goodbye to his wife, when Charlie left Thompson and came outside the entire villa area, the old master had just sent away Mei-Ching and her son. Seeing that Charlie was going out, Jacob hurriedly asked, "Charlie, it's so late, do you want to go out?" Charlie nodded and said, "I'll beg a few friends to see if I can find clues about Mom." As soon as Jacob heard this, he suddenly became nervous, and hurriedly grabbed him and asked, "Who are you going to ask for? Are you going to ask Orville? Or to ask that Miss Song?" Charlie said, "Just ask, they have a lot of contacts, maybe there is some way to find Mom." "Oh." Jacob clutched his chest with a heartbroken expression, and asked, "My son-in-law, should we be so anxious about this matter? Can't we take it easy? You say, Father, it's only a day since these 2 good days, are you going to destroy it yourself?" Charlie naturally knew what Jacob was thinking. He must be 10,000 unwilling, as he wanted to find Elaine back now. After all, he had just met his first love today, and the two seemed to have some opportunities for development. At this time, the person he didn't want to see most was probably Elaine. However, in Charlie's eyes, Jacob's happiness is naturally inferior to that of his wife's happiness. So he could only say with a helpless look, "I'm sorry, Dad, Claire's mood has not been very good recently. If I can't find Mom again, I think she will be stimulated, so I have to find a way to get Mom as fast as possible. Get back." Jacob's expression was extremely ugly, and he said seriously, "Good son-in-law, she is already an adult at first, and an adult must have a certain degree of tolerance. You should temper her and let her wait 2 more. Goodness, Dad begs you." Charlie smiled slightly and said, "Dad, don't be so anxious now. Even if I ask a friend for help, it may not be possible to get Mom back right away." Jacob blurted out, "How could I not be in a hurry? Whether it is Orville or Miss Song, they are all capable people in Orus Hill. Isn't it easy for them to find someone? Maybe your mother will do it tonight. Come back." Charlie looked at Jacob's almost crying expression, and said helplessly, "Dad, this kind of thing is not something we can do whatever we want. Instead of hoping that Mom will come back a few days later, or even not come back, it's better to hope that she will come back soon." After speaking, Charlie added, "After Mom comes back, you can tell her clearly, and then formally divorce her. In this way, you can pursue your own happiness without any worries."